The Zephyrian delegation materialized on the observation deck of their flagship, their crystalline forms shimmering with barely contained amusement. Below them, the third planet of this unremarkable solar system rotated slowly, its blue-green surface marred by what the primitive inhabitants called cities. "Look at them," chittered Ambassador Vexhal, his voice resonating through the ship's neural network, still using crude metal implements, still digging in dirt with their bare appendages. Commander Zilneth adjusted the viewing array, zooming in on a construction site in what the locals called Dubai. Tiny bipedal creatures swarmed around skeletal metal frameworks, wielding tools that looked ancient even by galactic standards. Hammers, shovels, primitive welding torches that spat sparks like dying stars. "Pathetic," Zilneth observed. "The Galactic Council wants us to evaluate these humans for potential membership. They haven't even discovered molecular assembly. They build their structures one piece at a time, like insects constructing hives." The Zephyrians had mastered matter manipulation 17 millennia ago. Their cities grew from thought alone, crystalline spires erupting from planetary surfaces in perfect geometric harmony within hours. They could reshape entire continents with a focused mental effort, transform barren worlds into paradise with technologies that bent reality itself. "Shall we file our report?" Vexhal inquired, already composing the dismissive evaluation in his mind. "Species classification primitives. Technological level pre-nuclear fabrication. Recommendation, monitor for another 1,000 years. But Zilneth had noticed something odd. The humans weren't just building, they were building fast. Impossibly fast for creatures limited to such crude tools. "Wait," she commanded, her crystalline form pulsing with curiosity. Observe the temporal progression. The viewing array shifted to time-lapse mode, compressing days into seconds. What they witnessed defied their understanding of primitive construction. The skeletal framework of a skyscraper completed itself in apparent moments. Roads materialized like growing veins across the landscape. An entire residential district bloomed from empty land in what seemed like mere heartbeats. The humans moved with a coordinated precision that bordered on the supernatural, their primitive tools singing in perfect harmony. This cannot be accurate," Vexhal stammered. "Run diagnostics on the temporal array." Diagnostics complete. No malfunctions detected. Zilneth's voice carried a note of bewilderment. "These humans are constructing a metropolitan area in 72 of their local hours. That's faster than our own assembly rates." The delegation watched in stunned silence as the humans worked through their planet's night cycle without pause. Massive lights illuminated construction sites where thousands of workers operated in shifts, each group seamlessly replacing the previous one. Concrete poured in continuous rivers. Steel beams flew through the air, guided by enormous cranes, slotting into place with mathematical precision. "How are they coordinating this?" Vexhal whispered. "They have no neural network, no telepathic communication matrix. They're using primitive radio waves and visual signals." Zilneth expanded the viewing field, taking in the global perspective. Everywhere across the human homeworld, similar scenes played out. Cities rising from nothing, infrastructure sprawling across continents, millions of individuals working with tools their ancestors might have recognized, yet achieving results that challenged galactic engineering paradigms. "Look at their organization," Zilneth breathed. "Each human knows exactly what to do, when to do it, where to be. They've turned construction into a symphony of coordinated effort. They're not just using tools, they've made themselves into tools." The Zephyrians prided themselves on their advanced technology, but they had never seen anything like this raw, determined efficiency. Human workers covered in dust and sweat labored with an intensity that burned through the viewing array's filters. They lifted impossibly heavy objects through sheer collective effort. They solved engineering problems in real time, adapting their crude tools to overcome obstacles that would have stopped lesser species entirely. "Ambassador," the ship's AI interrupted. "We're receiving communication requests from 17 other observation vessels. All species representatives are witnessing the same phenomenon on their assigned human settlements. The Altarians report that humans in their sector constructed a functional spaceport in 96 hours, the AI continued. The Verdani delegation states that human agricultural teams terraformed a desert region in under 2 weeks, using only mechanical implements and water." Vexhal's crystalline form flickered with nervous energy. Get me a direct channel to the Galactic Council immediately. As the connection established, Elder Morden's ancient consciousness filled their neural space. Report, Ambassador Vexhal. Elder, we may have underestimated the humans. Explain. They don't build like we do. They don't think like we do. They take the simplest, most primitive tools and transform them into instruments of impossible capability. Through pure collective will. They don't need molecular assemblers because they've made themselves into living assemblers. The viewing array showed another miracle unfolding. In the span of a single planetary rotation, humans had constructed an entire bridge across a river that stretched for kilometers. Not with advanced materials or energy manipulation, with steel, concrete, and determination. They're not primitives, Elder, Zilnath added, her voice filled with growing respect. They're something else entirely. They've weaponized their limitations. Where we see crude tools, they see infinite possibility. Where we see slow construction, they see an opportunity to work together in ways we never imagined. Elder Morden was silent for long moments, processing this unprecedented evaluation. Recommendation? He finally asked. Vexhal looked at the human city below, now complete and thriving, lights twinkling like captured stars. Millions of beings working, living, dreaming in structures built by hand with tools that had changed little across millennia of human development. Immediate consideration for Galactic Council membership, he said firmly. These humans understand something we lost long ago, that the most advanced tool in the universe is not technology. Then what is it? Vexahal watched human children playing in newly constructed parks, their laughter somehow audible through the vacuum of space. Hope, Elder, combined with the absolute refusal to accept the impossible.